So under these circumstances where I know that hospitals might need to reach me or whatnot, I'm going to try to be going to bed early, especially under the circumstances too where I'll have to be getting up with Omar. I'm going to try very hard, I'm going to try very hard to be going to bed, by midnight. I am. Because I can't sleep with earplugs. Speaking of that, I get scared of everything, but I'm just as scared, I'm just as scared if I'm here, with the light on, so I don't do that. Last night I slept, when I went to bed at 9, in total pitch darkness with my earplugs in. Like I want to do, It's not like being alone and sleeping with the light on is going to make me feel less scared than just going into a cocoon of darkness. And I wanted to mention that because Hope was very religious, or at least touted herself as being, a good Christian woman. She believed everything she saw in the news, too. So if George Bush calls himself a good Christian man, then that's what he is. I just have to throw that in there because she would say stuff to me and her son who didn't exactly adhere to her whatever. And he's a good Christian man. Why? Because he says so? I can say anything I want. I can say I'm a princess from another galaxy. It doesn't make it the truth, Hope. Anyway, she would never, ever, she slept at night with a nightlight and the radio on. And just so you know, those are not good things, either of them, to do. You don't get real sleep, period. I know a lot of people do it. I know a lot of people want to sleep with the radio on. You're never getting really good, you're not getting the right kind of sleep ever, because you're constantly hearing that radio in your subconscious while you're sleeping. And it's not good. But anyway, and she would say to me, the dark is evil, Laura. The dark, I need a nightlight and I need the radio and blah, 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 whatever. Well, I would rather fall into a complete cocoon of pitch darkness, Hope. Which I wasn't able to do there, of course. But I did sleep in the dark, no nightlight, no light or anything. Remember, Donald stays up all night and sleeps all day. He was on disability, so he doesn't have to go to work or anything. And, so I was working full time and I was with him, and he'd be on his, the downstairs computer all night while I was in bed by myself, sleeping and whatnot. I think it probably got pretty dark in there, though, simply, I don't know, because Donald needed it all dark, because he slept during the day. I forget, actually. I think probably light did come in or whatnot, but I know for a fact it's better to, you get melatonin creates in your body much, much better the darker it is, so. I'm not going to, just because I'm here alone, I'm not going to sleep with light on or anything like that. No. But I do get nervous if he ever gets agitated over something. And I didn't know, maybe my mom will get released right away and I shouldn't lock the screen door because she won't hear if I'm asleep. But then I'm thinking, no. That just never happens. She never just automatically gets, so I took a chance because I'd rather have the screen door locked. I just would. But she's definitely going somewhere. Hopefully not. Hopefully there's been plenty of times when she's not gotten committed, when she's just in for a couple, 3 weeks and gets better and that's it. And they let her out and they don't try to commit her. Because they have to go through the process. And you don't just automatically commit someone. You have to go through a legal nut house process, presided over, you know, by a judge who doesn't have a clue, and that's why I told you last time they lied through their teeth, which I never would have known. I wasn't supposed to be there. I know they weren't happy having me there. They can't stop me. And if it comes down to it again, particularly said she's going to be sent, unfortunately, to some place we don't know them. We don't know, you know. We wanted her to go to X place that she's been to more than once, and no, there's no bed. She's going to go somewhere, you know. So, just like I didn't know this last place, and I hated them, but if it comes down to it, where she's going to be committed, I'm going to attend it. I'm going to attend it again. Get my ass there somehow. Hopefully it won't come down to that, but I just hate it, okay? I hated the whole thing. And I 100% believe that her poem, Destroy the Mentally Ill, that I've shared out here numerous times with you guys, is the truth. She's not making that up. I don't believe it for a second, okay? I believe bad things go on in certain mental hospitals. I believe the patients are treated like shit by the staff in certain mental hospitals, just like anything. It can happen in regular hospitals. We know it happens in nursing homes. It just depends. It's the luck of the draw. I don't believe my mom made it up at that other place in 2009 where her social worker inside that nut house was mean to her. No one comes to visit you, Samantha. Nobody cares about you. You know, I believe it. And when I went to be her first visitor in the month in 2010, you know, when she was crying to me or whatnot, well, it did turn out I got something fixed in that place. They're telling me, you know, something like, your mother grabs the wrong food tray and blah, blah, blah. And no, it turned out we got it straightened out. They were accusing her of this or that, thinking she's doing it on purpose. No, she couldn't see. She needed her glasses to see little name tags on them, and they're assuming she's being belligerent and taking the wrong food, and she won't tell them. And I said, Mama, why didn't you tell them you couldn't, you know, instead she was grabbing accidentally the wrong food tray. So I got that straightened out, but I'm just giving an example. You can assume something about somebody mentally ill that is totally not true. And I told you, I showed up there, the glamour, all dressed up, the glamour, her LA daughter, her Los Angeles daughter. I showed up dressed to the nines and 6 feet tall in heels and you know. But I was upset about certain things, and the person had to take me aside and say, look, you know, you can't come in here getting upset. People, you know, you're a tall, beautiful girl, and people are going to be like, you know, you're towering over them and getting upset. And I know you're worried about your mom, but blah, blah, blah. And she explained to me, you know, you don't want to get thrown out of here, so. Remember, my mom's talking to me in LA about how they won't let her go outside and she doesn't have a code and this, that, or whatever, blah, blah, blah. But then I got to stay there and learn about, they told me, you know, she takes the wrong food and she does this and she does that. No, she can't see. She doesn't have her glasses. She can't see. And now lately she hasn't even been able to see with her glasses. But I told you the deal with, she's at the one place that the doctor had wanted cataract surgery for her. And now this new place doesn't think it's important, and I don't know. Sucks. It all sucks. But assholes who tell me that I don't care about my mother can go fuck themselves. That's when I was like, you always mention that, and you do this, and you whatever. And then about Omar going poo-poo, yeah, classy as usual. I'm not classy. I never pretend to be. I'm white. I come from a shit background, dysfunction galore, poverty. I'm not classy. I'm white trash. But I'm white trash who rised above it and graduated with honors from a 4-year university. So, where I majored in English and minored in philosophy. Right, Omar? I don't pretend to be anything else. I'm not classy. And in this household, it's a big fucking celebration when Omar goes poo-poo outside and not in the house. Right, Omar? He's back asleep. He slept with me all goddamn day. I was gonna take him out. Now it's dark though. I really don't. One of my things I like my mom. It's good for her anyway, and I know she likes it, but I don't like taking Omar out in the dark by myself. When she comes with me, you know, I pick up the poo-poo. She shines the flashlight so I can find the poo-poo. If it's snow, you don't have to worry, you know, but when it gets mixed up in leaves and stuff like that, you do have to worry. You can't find it. One time, part of it rolled down a little incline, and I'm like, I'm not going to fall and try to get it, you know, because sometimes you don't know where he's going to go, and he goes certain places, and sometimes I'll try to pull him to places that I can access more easily to pick it up. Yeah, I don't want to deal with. I didn't read Auntie. Auntie texted me right back. I was talking to her. She had shit to do, and she's like, "Okay, I can't talk anymore, whatever." But texting is easier to deal with anyway. And I don't have to have a conversation with her. Don't give Churchwoman my phone number. I don't. I said, please, of course. Please don't give Churchwoman. I didn't say Churchwoman. I say Churchwoman to you. Please don't give Diane my phone number. I'm in no mood to deal with her bullshit. Her usual bullshit. Remember, a lot of this bullshit took place when Auntie was out of the picture, so if Auntie watches my video, she can find out what I have to go through with Churchwoman, what I had to go through last time. But there's new friends now. There's Bible study friends, and they're a young couple, you know, and I could hear her talking to the woman, you know, they told me that no one can, you know, she's going to call around, she's going to talk to people, and they're going to, because this was after Auntie tried to get Churchwoman to take her to the hospital, you know, texted her, and so my mom's going to call around and tell everybody, and she's been reassured, but you know what, they don't have a clue, okay? My mom is the sweetest person in the world when she's not in the middle of a breakdown. When she's in the breakdown, she turns into a belligerent, stubborn, defiant bitch, okay? Irrational bitch. Irrational, stubborn, defiant, and the whole 9 yards, okay? But they're only going to remember the sweet person, and they're going to think me and my aunt are monsters. Because my mom's going to cry to them and say they're trying to do this and that and this and that, and and remember, most of these people don't know anything about the lawsuit and whatnot, because my mom's good about keeping all that to herself, the finance thing and whatnot, so they don't know all about that thing with me and Auntie, that we were enemies and now we're not enemies. So my mom's going to sit there and tell the police before Auntie got here, I got a restraining order against her last time, and this, that, or whatever. No, you didn't. It wasn't a real restraining order, and those days are gone, Mom. You know, but she's going to do everything and anything, and she's going to give bits and pieces and tell her friends that, too, her new friends. Remember, Bible study people only have known my mom a very, 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 and they're all from her church. All from her church, where they all just watched War Room together, and they love it so much, and it's so wonderful. And Churchwoman told my mom, "You've got to watch this movie, Samantha." And oh my God, I can't deal with it. I do not want to deal with it, because it all carries over into, they can pray over her and she'll be fine, and she doesn't need to be hospitalized, and me and Auntie are the bad guys, okay? Sucks. We don't want to do that to her. Like Auntie said, she's opening up my eyes. She's like, I have a text from her, now you know how I felt, you know? It sucks. And your mom's friends will turn and act like she should never, ever be hospitalized, period. Because we've got the mentally ill ones who know what it's like and will get upset with you. Okay, what do you do in that? She'll be fine, you know, blah, 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 whatever. They think no matter what because they think about themselves. I shouldn't be. I don't want to go in there and I, you know, you get it where I'm coming from? So we've got all those mentally ill friends. Then we got on the other opposite end of the spectrum, the church people who all we got to do is pray over her and it'll be okay and she doesn't need to be hospitalized. She just needs to relax and, you know. And unlike what my mom wants to accuse me of, even when she's well, I want her to have friends. That's great. That's fantastic. They're not my friends. Okay? If someone's getting married in your church and I don't know them, why do I want to go to the wedding? You know what I mean? Things like that. And if I want to be really blunt, I don't know them, and if I go to the wedding, I'd have to get them a gift. And my mom's like, well, then I'll put your name on the card for my, all right, do what I don't care, Mom, it's ridiculous, they're not my friends. They're your friends. They're your church people. There's people, and they're not really your friends. You don't call them up in confidence. You don't cry on their shoulders to, you know what I mean? They're church that you know, and this, that, or whatever. Okay? But you gotta see it from my perspective. We've got all the church friends who just think, don't do this to your mom. She just needs this or that, and everything will be fine. She needs to, you know. So, and then you've got her mentally ill friends who'll be like furious with you if you put her in the hospital or call the police on her or whatnot, because they've experienced it themselves repeatedly. And I haven't, and Auntie hasn't, you know, but we have to do what we know is best for my mom, okay? You think I wanted to call Auntie yesterday morning? I didn't. I wanted my mom to do what she said just the day before or even just hours before, that she was going to see her psychiatrist, and then suddenly she's not. Because the sicker she gets, she starts realizing that, you know, something might happen and you know, saying, if any, please come to the door. I'm not going to answer the door. I hear her talking on the phone to her friends, tell her that, her new boyfriend and whatnot. Because remember, she's doing a lot of calling over to him. She wanted him over here Sunday. Can't you come over and watch the game? Can't you do this? Can't you do that? And I can get oh, come to my church. You know, we can pick you up, and then you can come over here and this, that, you know. And the last thing I wanted was that under the circumstances, but there's nothing I can do about it. It's her house. So I was very grateful that he declined her generous offer, you know. So I don't make any of this shit up. And I'm a fly on the wall. And that's not the case with Auntie. Auntie doesn't know what I overhear my mom saying to everybody on the phone. About me, about Auntie, about whatever. And it sucks. Unless you're a fucking callous human being, you don't revel in putting your friggin' mentally ill family member into the hospital. It was necessary. It was necessary. I felt it too. And I know, had she gone to her psychiatrist like she was supposed to, instead of planning on taking off and running away and whatnot, her psychiatrist would have realized something was up. There's no way she wouldn't have. This escalated very quickly. I wasn't going to let it. I mean, obviously, I didn't. Like Auntie says, you need to let me know when these things happen. I need to be fine. I know. I know, but we're not best buddies, and I'm still upset over the whole conservator thing, and it's all up in the air, and I don't even have my therapist to cry to anymore about that, you know, because I don't know what's going on with that. So, you know, you got to cut me some slack on that, and I just, you know, nobody knew this was going to happen, and I was hoping it could get taken care of. And obviously, I would have you know, if my mom had wind up going to a psychiatrist and say, I'm going to let Auntie know, you know, I would have let her know, but I could have just not. But I was just hoping wishful thinking, me and she doesn't want me to say her name anymore, but you know, my friend was hoping that it would all blow over, and you know, you hope that it's just a temporary thing because of this one night that she's doing the not getting any sleep, and but remember, the next night she had nowhere to go and she did sleep and whatever, but then she has somewhere to go again, it's the same cycle. Or she wants to, you know, one night of reprieve and then, no. I don't need her stupid church friend. I don't need her. Like I said, I have enough food here. If I was snowed in, I'd have enough food to. I'm not. Nothing's gonna happen to me. I have enough. If I had to drink tap water, I can drink tap water. So. Believe me, I can last. I don't have to go to the store. I don't. And I'm sorry to be blunt, but I don't need her church friend. She's not my friend. I have nothing in common with her. She loved a movie I pretty much couldn't stand. For various reasons. I mean, I like the idea of it, you know, they straightened out their whatever, but parts of that just made me wanna puke. War room. Speaking of which, I need to, you know, mail it back so I can get something that I want to see. But I was nice. The moment my mom said she wanted that, I went to my queue, and we'd mailed back a long way down, and I went to my queue, and I cut it in time, and I had it come immediately. Then my mom pissed me off, and I told her I wasn't going to let her watch it, but I changed my mind. Pretty much I changed my mind. I see she was getting sicker, and I just wanted to do something nice for her. Lord only knows what's going to happen. If she's going to wind, you know, as a big, you know, is she going to wind up in the hospital? I don't know. I don't need church woman. Last time I did, and I had to put up with her constant bullshit. Because she just doesn't get it. My mom was committed into that place once, and she's trying to say, you can stop them from doing this and giving her meds and then taking too much, and she doesn't, and she can, oh my God, shut the fuck up. Once she's committed, they can forcibly put meds into her. That's why they commit them when they refuse to take, they can. There's nothing any family member could do about that. That's what committed means. A judge decided, shut the fuck up, church woman, you know? That's what I'd have to hear from her constantly. Constantly. But this and that, and you're the healthcare proxy, and you have some, you can tell them what meds to give her and what not, and da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And she argued with me too when I'm telling her no. When a patient is committed, they can force her to... No, they can't. She can... No, you're wrong. Just leave me the fuck alone. One night she was lecturing me for a half an hour, church woman, on the phone. All about that. And thinking this and that or whatever. And then when it came down to the thing with the conservator and that and the money, and she's like telling me, you know, Laura, he can't keep all that money and this, that, or whatever, and you need to do this and you need to do that. Shut the fuck up. We already know that. We already know he's being ridiculous and etc. Mind your own friggin' business. See, I have to deal with her all the time. And then I have to hear my mom, well, she's my friend. Because my mom will get pissed off sometimes, but she's not going to say anything to her because she counts on her for church. I will have no one to bring me to church, Laura. You know, I know. But guess what, Mama? You're out of the picture. I don't have to open the door to anybody. I don't have to talk to any of her